Hi, this is Mike of Black Cat Amplification, and today I've got another Fender Vibro Champ. It's the Blackface style Fender Vibro Champ. It's a clone of the original, exact to the circuit, although I've got a couple extras in here. Now this is built into an old General Electric radio cabinet. I found this radio cabinet online and it had some issues. The radio was toasted, it was gone, there was no way to repair it, so I thought it would make a great amplifier build. And it was very challenging because of the shape of this thing to also include a speaker inside of it and fit all the stuff I needed, but I also wanted to showcase with this nice display window the tubes and everything. So it's a really cool design. It's completely boutique build, a one-off. There's nothing else like it. And I did a really nice job, I think, of sort of displaying everything, but also keeping it original to the Fender sound. I'm selling this amp, and it also comes with a reverb pedal. I felt like, you know, it's got the tremolo in it for the Vibro Champ, which sounds great. It's lacking reverb. I think it would sound great with reverb, so I found this really nice Azor reverb pedal that's going to be included with it. I feel like it complements this amp great. It makes it sound awesome, expands the depth of it. So this will be coming with the amp as I sell it. So I just wanted to go over a couple of the features of this. This is just like the Vibro Champs back in the day, the Blackface Vibro Champs. So you have your master volume. This is also your on and off switch. So if you turn it all the way down, the lights go out, everything goes off. Turn it up, and that's your main volume. You've got a treble knob, a bass knob. You've got your your speed and your intensity for your vibrato. So that's basically the basic circuit here. The speaker that's included, I actually was trying to fit different size speakers, but I mean this thing's so small and portable that a 5-inch speaker would be like the max size I could put in here. And the radio speaker I think was actually like a 4-inch speaker. So what I wound up finding was I took apart some old studio monitors that I had that had these really nice wide range small speakers. I mean they're for recording, right? They're for recording and listening back your recordings in the studio. And it actually sounds really awesome in this amp. It was small enough, and I shielded it with some sheet metal so that it wouldn't interact with any of the components and keep the noise levels down. And it works really good, and it sounds good. So what you're hearing in the audio of this video is actually this mic'd up to the internal speaker. And I'm not adding any editing or compression or EQing anything. This is a very nice microphone, but you know, it's not like a super high end. It's like in the $200 to $300 range, but it does a good job of picking up the sound of this amp. Now, of course, I've designed this so that you could plug in external speaker cabinets as well. So if you wanted to hook up, you know, a 4x12 or even two 4x12 cabinets or two 2x12 cabinets or whatever you have, that'll really expand the fullness of this amp and make it sound awesome. But today I'm just going to feature the internal speaker so you can kind of see what it's, you know, sounds like through a recorded piece. I'm going to add that audio onto this video so that you can hear that. And one other nice feature that I added to this is Bluetooth. I felt like what would be really nice with this amp is if I could fit a Bluetooth module in this thing, then you'd be able to play along with music. Or you could also just use it as a tube-based amplifier to listen to your music. So whether you're taking it somewhere, you know, to like a room to practice in, or if you have it in a living room or a basement or something and you just want to listen to music, Bluetooth will automatically come on as you turn the volume knob on. And you can pair your phone with it. You'll see a new Bluetooth device pop up. The name of it is DROC BT. That's just the name of the module. And as soon as you pair it with your phone or your device once, it's paired. So anytime you turn that thing on, it should automatically pair with your phone if your phone has Bluetooth enabled. So it's great, and you can play along with your music. There's a switch to mute the Bluetooth. It sort of always stays on, but you can completely mute it out so that there's no signal at all. And it sort of boosts your volume a little bit on your guitar if you're not using Bluetooth. So it's best to leave it on the mute switch if you're just playing guitar, because they are going through the same input circuit, the Bluetooth and the instruments. So, you know, it takes a little bit away from the volume of one or the other. But it's only a tiny, tiny bit. So if you want to get the full maximum volume out of this with just guitar, just mute that Bluetooth switch and it kills it. So that way you get, you know, the full amp sound. So this thing is really awesome. We're going to do some demos here. I think that covers most of the features. Let's get some sound clips with this. Got the amp just on like 2 or 3, even though it looks like it's on 12 o'clock. Remember, this is a power switch as well, so as soon as the power is switched on, it's already on the, you know, like 9 o'clock position, right? So if we put it up to 12 o'clock, that's kind of like having the volume on 2 or 3. Alright, I'm going to turn the reverb off so we hear just the amp. And I've got treble on about 9 o'clock, so this is maybe around, you know, 7 or 8. Let's take the treble down all the way. Slowly turn it up to about 12. About 9 o'clock here. And then all the way up. So got a great range of treble, and the bass, we'll turn the bass all the way down. Bass about halfway. Bass on 9 o'clock. Sorry, that's really 3 o'clock. I should just tell you what the volume is. It's probably about 7 or 8. And then we'll dime the bass. And let's hear some tremolo. So I'm going to put the intensity up on like 3. Turn the speed up. And let's turn the intensity all the way up and the speed on half. Cut the intensity back, and I like a little more guitar to bleed through there. And turn the speed up to about 3/4. It's got a really nice reverb. Sorry, vibrato. Turn that intensity back, and I'm just going to put the intensity right when I can start to hear it. And speed all the way down. Also has a foot switch to control the vibrato on and off, and that does come with the amp. It's a little silver Fender style 1-plug foot switch, right? So it's one button, turns the vibrato on and off. So it's really nice if you wanted to just play and then halfway through the song turn on your vibrato and kick it off with a foot switch. So I don't have that hooked up right now, but it operates basically where you set where you want the vibrato to sound, and then as soon as you engage the foot switch, comes on for you. So that's pretty much the amp. Let's play with the gain a little bit. So you can really get some pretty awesome gain out of this. And if you turn this knob up and really push the amp is where you're going to get the gain, right? So remember, it's a 5-watt amp. In just this speaker here, it's not going to blow anybody out of the house because it's just a smaller speaker. But if you hook it up to a cabinet, you're going to get quite a lot of volume, right? So you know, just keep that in mind, that you can really get some nice loud tones out of it if you have some larger speakers. But if you're just practicing with this amp and you don't have any external speaker hooked up, you can really get some nice rock gain out of this thing. So let's check it out. Alright, the amp is now dimed. I've got the treble most of the way up. I cut the bass back just a little bit. I've got a hotter pickup here, which will really kind of showcase the gain. You know, it's going to have a lot of treble and crunch to it. But here we go. Actually put the bass up a little bit. Back and it'll take a little of the crunch out of it. Let's talk about this reverb pedal. It comes with the amp. I thought it would be a nice addition to this. If you already have a reverb pedal, you know, you can mess with the two of them. But what this is sort of a digital version of a spring reverb, that kind of old style slapback 60s reverb amp sound. I've been playing it here with both knobs, which has a mix and a dwell. Both knobs are on like, you know, 2 or 3-ish, right? Just sort of hear a little bit of that springy reverb. Now I'm going to put them both halfway up. Hear that slapback sort of springy sound. So let's put them all the way up, mix and dwell. Now it's going to be way oversaturated, but you know, if you like that sort of thing. Slapback reverb sound. I'm going to keep the mix all the way up and turn the dwell way back so it doesn't dwell as long. It's definitely got that classic sound. I'm getting back even further. Back. Right, I'm going to put the mix way down and the dwell about halfway. Just a little bit. Up a little more. just to complement the amp. And what I liked about it, has a really low price point, but it's really good, nice quality, nice sound, but it keeps the price of the amp down a little bit because you know, I didn't want to add like a $200–300 reverb pedal to this thing, and then, you know, somebody may already have one. So it's really just a complement that sort of comes with the amp that was very cheap, but also makes it sound really nice and expands what this can do. Let's take a look at the Bluetooth feature. Okay, I've got a Bluetooth device here. It's an old phone that I use to play music sometimes. So I'm just using it to Bluetooth. When the amp came on, I just connected it to the Drock BT Bluetooth module that I installed in this. And I've got a friend of mine's band set up, so hopefully I won't get tagged on YouTube for copyright. But this is one of my favorite bands, the Alphabet Bombers, rockabilly, psychobilly sort of band. So this is playing the music through the amp. So just started to play. Now, control the volume, treble, bass, even tremolo. Not that you really want to do that to the music, but it's going through the whole circuit, all the tubes in the amp. Now what I like to do is when I play along with this, notice that I didn't show you this, but on the back there's a switch, Bluetooth switch, that shows Bluetooth on and a mute switch. So if I actually mute that and I want to kind of, if I switch it off, it's still actually playing. The Bluetooth is still running, but I can mute it so that I can tune my guitar or whatever I want. And I don't have to worry about disconnecting Bluetooth or reconnecting. I could have this across the room playing the music, and when I'm ready I can just hit the switch again. It comes back on, right? Now what I would suggest, if you're going to play your guitar along with it, how do I get the volume, since there's only one volume knob, how do I get the mix of the guitar and the sound of the audio? Well, just control it on your device. You've got volume here that's going to project how much volume goes through the Bluetooth, right? And you also have a volume on your guitar. I like to keep the volume on my guitar all the way up, especially if I'm just playing clean sounds, you know, and I have the amp set clean. It's not really going to break up anyway until I turn it way up, right? So I'll get a nice clean sound, and I can control the volume here. So let me switch Bluetooth off of mute. Set my volume here on my phone, right? Let's see if that's a good mix. Let me start the song over. Not very good at playing this, but... Again, I can turn the volume up or down of the music, but it's great to play along with, or just great if you wanted to take this to a different room and listen to music. It's very portable. It's awesome. Also, notice I have the reverb turned on for my guitar sound. And the cool thing about this being a pedal is I can play the music and not have the reverb be affected by it. The Bluetooth is going to go straight in and get amplified by the tubes. And only my guitar now is going through reverb, right? So I can still play with reverb that way and not have reverb be put onto the music itself. So that's kind of nice, being that this is a pedal and being external. Plus I could use it on different amps or whatever I want. So it's a really nice package. I'm going to play a couple more things just so you can hear what this sounds like. It's a really nice Fender Strat. We're going to try some different pickups and see what kind of sounds we can get out of this thing. And that'll be sort of the rest of the video. Alright, I really like this setup here. So for me, I like the treble, not super tinty, but enough that it's bright and crisp. The bass can be all the way up because this speaker doesn't pump out tons of bass. Now you may want to cut it back, especially if you're cranking the amp and you have it plugged in through a larger speaker, because that's going to drive so much more air, and you don't want the bass to get too muddy. So I like on this thing just to crank it, man. I mean, it's not going to blow anything out. The speaker can handle it. So let's try, this. I've been sort of playing on my neck pickup, which sounds great. Let me mute the Bluetooth just so that we get the full volume and there's no signal coming through for the Bluetooth. So. Different pickup. Different pickup. Let's try, got a little reverb, a little tremolo. Neck pickup. Great sounds to get out of this thing, especially if you hook it up to larger speakers. You're going to get that much more full and warm of a sound. But it's a great practice amp. This is for sale on Reverb. I may post it on eBay or something as well. But if you have any questions, please send me a message through Reverb, or if you see this listing still for sale and you want to know more about it, you got questions. This demo hopefully covered most of those. But let me know, and hopefully this will get a good home and a lot of use. Thanks a lot for watching.